A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Peggy Wisdom is like that candle. Peggy spent 14 years of her life devoted to Lincoln Land, teaching as a certified nursing instructor for the Jacksonville campus. She lit the path for so many new nurses. It all had to start somewhere, and for so many here in Jacksonville, it started with Peggy. Peggy is compassionate. She is so willing to help and walks into every situation with open arms, willing to get in and get dirty and make sure that people are getting the help that they need. That's the kind of teacher that inspired me to be the kind of nursing student that I am. The compassion that she had for me, for the residents we cared for other nursing staff. She made sure that everyone felt welcomed and understood and like they had had time to say their piece. Not only was she compassionate, but she was adaptive. She wouldn't walk in without a plan and a backup plan, and a backup plan for the backup plan. Peggy was always prepared. If something wasn't going the way she wanted, she rolled with it. And she made sure that we knew that we were taking care of people and that things change, plans change, and that we have to be adaptable. Not only was she compassionate and adaptable, but she was an effective communicator and listener. She would take the time to understand and listen to what the residents were saying, what the students were saying. If we were uncomfortable with something, she made sure we went over it again. She wouldn't send us into a situation blind. If we needed time to review a skill, we were granted that time. If we needed time to understand, she would run it back with us. Peggy Wisdom has changed so many lives. From the people she taught to the people they care for. It wasn't just her lighting the way for new CNAs and future nurses. She was lighting the way to better healthcare. My grandparents had better care because of Peggy. I've met CNAs who claim to be the people they are because of Peggy. She was revolutionary in my journey as a student. I don't know that I would be here. I don't know that I would be presenting to you if it weren't for Peggy Wisdom. There were days that I wanted to give up, days that I thought I'd quit and that I was done for. And she showed me the way. She lit the path. I could talk for eons about the type of person that she was and is, and I really, truly hope that she's enjoying retirement, but we miss her. I miss seeing her around the building. I miss having that line, that branch, that somebody to talk to whenever I had a nursing question. We may not always be comfortable going to faculty, and that's why peer tutors exist. But I was comfortable with Peggy. She was a friend, a listening ear, but she was the most amazing teacher, above all. She encouraged growth and development and understanding in her students and in their future careers. She didn't want us to take away from one day if it wasn't going to be an experience that lasted a lifetime. She wanted us to understand that all of these things she were teaching were building blocks, and they were all necessary for further development, and all necessary for holistic care of our residents. She encouraged growth. She encouraged us. You never felt too small or less than when standing next to Peggy. She made you feel welcome and understood. When I was nearing the end of clinical, I felt like I was losing myself. We were almost done with the program and I should have been elated, but it's like I wasn't grasping something. Like it wasn't all together for me. I just didn't have it together. And even though I was a mess, I completed the program. And I have spent the last 5 years working as a CNA. It doesn't seem like nearly that long. But in those last few weeks, Peggy saw something in me. She saw me breaking down. And while she may not have called me on it or made anything any more difficult, she left me with a closing statement that stuck with me for the rest of my life. She told me she didn't know what was going on or what I was going through, but that she saw something. And she told me that I needed to turn my scars into stars and finish what I had come for. She was right. She always was.